The Sunshine Challenge has come and gone. It's the competition I've been building up to without a lot of expectations, as I said many times. So imagine my surprise when I brought these home. We're going to talk about that next. I am Matt, and this is Big Monster Brewing, and the Sunshine Challenge has come and gone, and there's a lot I do want to talk about with it, but this is just, I'm kind of focusing this particular episode on the beers I entered because I tried to make out notes and an outline of what I want to talk about, and it'd be a really long episode without a lot to show. As you can see, I'm at one of my podcasting stations because there's not a whole lot to show. I'm not brewing anything. I don't need to wire myself up with the lavalier and do anything else other than just talk about the beers I entered in the score sheets a little bit. So I think I'm going to revisit some of the Sunshine Challenge in some later videos, some things that I've done with the Sunshine Challenge this time around, because it's the first competition I've participated in. Not the first one. Well, I should say participated in the competition, the judging, the ceremony, and everything else that goes with it. I've entered some, but I've not done anything past that. So I think I'll revisit this. But today, I want to talk about the beers I entered. And if you saw the opening preview, you know why. So I'm going to go right into the order they were judged. And first one up was my cream ale, the one called Crazy Gone. And if you haven't seen the video, it's in my library. And if I can remember to put a link here, I will. And I can show you, the spreadsheets are extensive. The notes are extensive. And they're like that. Did I say spreadsheets? I meant score sheets. If I said score sheets, I meant score sheets. It's like that on all 6 score sheets. So I'm not going to read all the notes because that's going to make this even longer. But I'll hit the highlights. The cream ale, that is not one of the medal winners that I showed you. This was the 3 entered that didn't medal, but it did score a 35 out of 50. Which is pretty good. It puts it in the very good category, which is defined as generally within style parameters with some minor flaws. So going over the notes real quick, actually, I'll give you the breakdown of the score. Aroma was 10 out of 12. Appearance was 3 out of 3. Flavor was 12 out of 20. Mouthfeel, 3 out of 5. And overall impression, 7 out of 10, which all added up to 35. And most of the notes that had to do with what was wrong with it, with the flaws, was kind of the strength of the beer and the body of the beer, like the kind of the amount of flavor that was behind it. So I think this recipe is worth revisiting again, but maybe amping up a little bit of maybe everything in it. Get a bigger body on it, get a heavier body, maybe throw in a little bit of, I don't know, maybe like some white wheat, or I'm not sure if this had carapils or not. I don't think it did. Something to help the overall body with that. And I think that might help this. I liked what I tasted, and like I said, I'm looking through the second sheet. Most of it most of the comments were pretty good as far as flavor and color and aroma. Just seems to want more of it. So that was the cream ale, and again, that wasn't a medal. So that is one. If I'm going to revisit, definitely going to work on more. Next up is the alt beer, and that is this medal. This is silver medal, second place medal. Both these medals are place medals. These aren't participation medals like when I used to run. That's all I could ever get. I've never placed ever in a race, and doubt that's going to happen in my lifetime at this point. So the alt beer, I also want to mention that this was the first version of the alt beer I made. So it's the first version I ever had, period, because I had never even tasted an alt beer before. So I'm pretty proud of this getting a medal and how this came out, because now that I know what that beer tastes like, I have some ideas how to improve it, and I've had a couple alt beers since then. I think this can get better. In fact, there's one fermenting right now that much of the recipe is this one that I entered and got the silver medal on, just with some minor tweaks that I think are going to make a big difference overall. So this one scored, I think this one was a split, was it? Yes, it was a 36 and a 38. 36 on one score sheet, 38 on the other. So it was a 37, which is at the highest point and very good, meaning if I had gotten one more point out of this other judge, or 2 more, I guess, out of the one judge, it would have been into the excellent category, but I'm happy with very good. And again, not too much going over the sheets again. The breakdown. Oh, you know what? I gave you the breakdown of the only one score sheet on the the cream ale, but the second one, it's since it didn't medal, I'm not that concerned about it. So I'll do the point breakdown on just the other two that won the medal. So on the first score sheet, the breakdown for the 36 points was 6 out of 12 for aroma, 3 out of 3 for appearance, 15 out of 20 for flavor, 4 out of 5 for mouthfeel, 8 out of 10 for overall impression. And then on the second score sheet, which was a 38, it was a 6 out of 12, again, for aroma, 3 out of 3 for appearance, 16 out of 20 for flavor, 4 out of 5 for mouthfeel, 9 out of 10 for overall impression. So it looks like both the aroma could be improved because I only got half the points on both. So that is one of the things I had considered making this second alt beer. I also worked on the bitterness a little bit. No one said anything about the bitterness being high or low, but I think it could be a little stronger and it helped the overall beer. And that might help the aroma as well. We'll see. So I'm going to show it again because I was really proud, surprised more than anybody. Second place, alt beer in what was the category? It's on the back here. Amber bitter European beers. So there we go. So last but not least, and even though this is only third place, bronze medal, it's for the Witbier. It's for the one that has the cotton candy in it. So I was shocked to get a medal. I kind of entered this as a lark, wanted to see what experienced palates had thought if they could find the cotton candy. When they announced the medal in, what was the category? I think just Belgian ales. Yes, in Belgian ales. I was pretty surprised and pretty excited. And the scores on that, 35 out of 50 from one judge, 36 out of 50 from the other judge. And most of the comments came from body and kind of like missing, or at least not having a strong enough kind of bready wheat flavor that a wit beer would normally have. And that's probably true from the grist alone. I don't think the cotton candy had done anything to mask that. In fact, what little artificial flavor came out of that probably didn't do much of anything. Although I did kind of laugh every time I'm reading through the notes and see the word fruity or sweet flavor, and I just immediately think that must be it. But honestly, I think in the end, it doesn't do all that much to it. It's just really fun to make that beer. Suggestions from both judges were process and mashing, and they're kind of hinting towards decoction mashing, or at least one said specifically putting in an acid rest to get those flavors out. Doing a decoction or any varying degree, changing the temperature of my mash is extremely difficult, if not bordering on impossible with these 1 gallon batches. Have you seen? With the 5 gallon batches, that's another story. So the first step I am pursuing improving this beer and seeing if I can get another medal out of it somewhere along the line for fun. So while I can't do that with a 1 gallon batch, and I don't want to make a 5 gallon batch of a style I'm not a big fan of, I have changed the grist dramatically, including adding some torrefied wheat in place of most of the flaked wheat. But we'll get to that because we've got 3 more competitions coming up that I'm in the midst of brewing for now, and I'm doing videos for, and we'll be talking about that. That wasn't one thing to end on here. That wasn't these were not my only takeaway from that from Sunshine Challenge. We had raffles throughout the night, and I had one. It's really cool. I should have brought it in. It's in another room. Like, I don't want to stop everything and get to that. I just want to get this quick instant reaction report done. I got a really cool Lagunitas IPA poster, and then I won one of the big table prizes, which was a gift basket of all kinds of stuff from the Brewing Club, our swag. But the big ticket item there was a Blickman beer gun, which I've been wanting to get. I have a Last Straw from Northern Brewer, which works well, but I wanted the Blickman beer gun to go with another item that I'll be purchasing soon that I will talk about when I get to it, because we're going to have a lot of videos on that. So that was super exciting. It was a great night. I hadn't had a night like that in a long time, and I was happy to have it. So I think that's it. I just wanted to get this out and follow up on the reports because this channel kind of launched with a majority of the content up until now being for this challenge. And this is a nice way to cap off that first phase of this channel. And then I'll just keep going with what I've been doing brewing. I have some beers I want to talk about. I'm not just going to do the run-of-the-mill beer reviews. I have some, I think, interesting beer reviews to talk about. And I have some more devices to cover and review, some more gear, which goes in devices. There's more to come. And I kind of feel this first launch was a kind of confirmed as a success now with these. And I just wanted to share that with the few viewers that I have, and maybe the more that will come along in the future. So that is it. Thank you for watching. If you're new to this channel, please hit that subscribe button and the alarm bell so that you're notified when those videos that are yet to come do come out. So until then, I'll say again, thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next episode.